Switching gears to regulation. I just want you to brace yourself here because President Obama is getting ready to unleash thousands and thousands of new regulations during his final months in office. The rules will affect all businesses and affect them somehow, one way or another. I mean, let me just go through some of them for you. One regulation will require food makers to disclose how much sugar is added to a product. Another calls for overtime pay for white-collar workers. So you're a salaried worker, but you get overtime? How's that going to work out for these guys down on Wall Street? Then there's a whole bunch of rules calling for even more energy efficiency standards. The bottom line is most of these rules are totally unnecessary. And you know what? They're going to cost you, they're going to cost taxpayers, and they're going to kill jobs. So none of it is good. But here to tell you why it's not good in plain speak is Dan Mitchell, senior fellow at Cato Institute. Dan, I mean, here we go again. This is a president that just loves regulation because for some reason he thinks he can regulate his way to prosperity. What's wrong with what he's trying to do?
The more red tape we put on the economy, the harder it is to earn money, to create jobs, to become competitive and efficient. I mean, I could give you lots of boring numbers, 8.8 billion hours of time spent on regulations every year, $1.75 trillion of cost. But unless you're actually a small business owner or unless you work at a compliance department of a corporation, it might not mean anything to you. So think about it this way. Imagine if every single week you had to file your taxes and you didn't have TurboTax or something like that. That's what it's like to be a business owner in an environment where the government keeps imposing all these regulations. And so the time, the money, the energy, we're turning ourselves into Greece in more ways than one, and that's not good for our economy in the long run.
But you know, Dan, in Greece, they find their little workarounds. They don't actually fill out all that paperwork. They've got some other way, shape, or form to do it, and then the taxes don't get paid. The regulation is there, but it's not actually adhered to. You just slip someone a little change under the counter, and what do you know? You don't have to fill out those forms because it's so onerous. People are finding workarounds. I mean, you're right. We don't want to go to that extreme. We don't want to make it so difficult that people say either I'm going to find a workaround and do something I shouldn't, or maybe I go to Canada, where it might even be more hospitable these days in Canada to start a business than to do it here.
Well, let me give you an example of that. Bernie Sanders loves about places like Denmark and Sweden. Denmark and Sweden, according to all the international comparative measures, are much more free market in terms of regulation. Yeah, they have the high taxes and all the welfare programs, but their economies are remarkably deregulated and businesses are free to act. I mean, obviously you can't do things to actually hurt people, but we have role models around the world.
You're not turning into a socialist on me, are you? Bernie Sanders supporting socialists, touting the benefits of Denmark and Sweden.
I just want to hear this right. I want to copy what works around the world. So if you'll allow me to be like a Chinese menu, I'm going to pick Hong Kong's low, simple, flat tax. I'm going to pick Denmark's very open, lightly regulated economy. I'm going to pick maybe the small public sector in Singapore. Yeah, we can learn from the rest of the world. The problem is our politicians in Washington, they seem to want to pick the worst parts of the rest of the world.
You know why, Dan? Because they want more and more government so that they can keep their crony friends employed, as opposed to power to the people and enabling the markets, the people, and our economy to lift us all up. Dan.
And one example is Obama. We talked about his new flurry of regulations. There's going to be almost zero cost-benefit analysis. And so what that basically means, we get all the cost, we get very little benefit, and at the end of the day, everything costs more and we get fewer jobs.
Yikes. Looks like a lot of stuff's going to need to get reversed. All right, Dan, thanks so much. Coming up, everyone.